Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to LEGO Space. So today we're doing our first update on the actual rebuild of the Titanic so far. You guys can see it's coming out pretty sweet with my recolor. And just as a little bit of a reference here for you guys, since I am currently building from the instructions until I get to the mock steps, you guys can kind of see, there's some reds, yellows, and blues on there, here and there. But my version definitely has quite a bit more. That mixed with the gray, some real classic Lego colors. And I found that as I started to build this up, and using the color palette that I'm using, it honestly gives it like an older style look, like a much older Lego set with just the base colored pieces. And I thought that was pretty cool. It honestly looks like it's an older, other than these fancy newer pieces within the last 10 years or so. This color scheme really gives it like an older style look. Kind of almost like a 80s, early 90s vibe to the build, so that's kind of neat. You guys can tell that I do have kind of a cutoff of color for the subdeck. I don't want anything bleeding through to my decking, and making sure all my colors are real low-key just underneath the deck, so that way nothing shows through too crazy. And that's kind of my biggest battle, is figuring out where to stop with the bright color scheme and go to the more medium colors. Little bit of black up front here for the anchor hold section. That's going to go there. I'm actually going to switch this lower 1x6 out for a black one. Don't really have to worry about the rest of this original build stuff because all that's pretty well hidden. But just trying to really pay attention. Reminds me a lot of the first time I built this. I was very conscious on taking my time and making sure I was recoloring the proper stuff. Although it was easier because I was using light gray and dark gray for the whole build. So I didn't really have any worries about bleed through. So this, I have to take even a little bit more time and just know when to stop with the more brightly colored stuff. So that way anything that the deck is built upon, you can't really see any of that stuff. I could have gone a little bit higher in some of these areas, but it is tough when I have to start so low in one area and I can go a little bit higher in one area, so I just try to give myself a cap of what I can keep colored and what has to start being gray or black or whatever. So it's been pretty fun. The first thing I told myself after I built the Titanic the first time was I wanted to build it again. It was a fun build. So this is my I'm enjoying this as my second time building it. It's really fun, especially with really having to pay attention to my color combinations, trying to make sure I'm not too heavy on one color from another, other than the gray, of course, because eventually I have to get to a point where I have to use gray. But pretty happy with building it a second time. It honestly does feel like it's a completely different build once again, because I am allowing myself to use more fun colors in the more hidden sections of the ship. So that's adding a lot of fun. And yeah, guys, that's just a little update so far on the build. I'll probably get to right before I start the mock. Might do another update, because if you guys have built this before, each section is kind of built in two sections. And this is the very forward section of the bow, and then there's kind of the aft section of the bow that connects to this. That's going to have most of the beginnings of the mock in it, with the wheels and stuff like that. So I basically build this whole part, and then the second we start building the other section, then it's onto the mock instructions. JB70's mock instructed me to go right up to step 139, if I remember correctly. 138. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys can see we get right to where we have the whole forward section of the bow done. And then the once we start the base of the aft section of the bow there, then it'll be a lot of this stuff is going to change. So I'll probably, I don't know, I'll probably get maybe just into the mock build and then do an update, because there's really nothing new other than the colors that I'm dealing with here. Of course, just things to point out on the original picture, we switched this piece to a white piece on top of that. I put a tile, a 1x3 tan tile over that to hide that, those studs there, so that way you can't see too far down and where the mast goes. Switch these tie-off points to gold pieces. Some of the gray stuff that's tucked in here is now black on mine. Of course, making sure behind these forward portholes here that everything is a solid color and there's no crazy colors behind those. And then even these pieces I switched out for a black piece, if I remember correctly. So I'll be doing all that same stuff. Pretty much that's all set in stone, so I don't even have to think about that stuff, so all that'll go together fairly quick. It's just my base layers here, I really had to think ahead of time. I had to, just like when I built it the first time, I build a little bit, kind of look at where I'm at, look ahead, see what's on top of that, see what I can do. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much where we're at with the Titanic as of right now. Getting there slowly but surely. Definitely enjoying it. It's really cool to see kind of a more, I wouldn't call it simplified color scheme, but just, you know, we have kind of a wide arrangement of colors in here. Tans, whites, grays, of course, the red, blue, and yellow. Tan, more tan stuff. Even the dark red colored pieces kind of make an appearance here and there. So it does look a little bit more formulated in this color scheme. Just those four colors right there were like the real OG color combo for Lego way back in the day. So it really takes it back. That's why it really gives it an older look, just with using this color combination. So it's really cool. It's sad that you'll never see any of that again once it's all built, but that's why I'm taking pictures, posting them on the Lego Show-Off group on Facebook. I'm doing my update videos, that way everyone can see exactly what I'm putting into this ship as we go along. So that's pretty much it for this update, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and until next time, take care.